Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is a wild day in the soap world, and we are just trying to keep up with all the Salem drama. But we have to talk about Friday, May 22nd. Let's just dive right into the mess. And let's start with Xander Cook. Because Xander is a total mess right now. He always is. Friday, May 22nd, Xander surprises Sarah. But what kind of surprise is it exactly? I am really wondering if Xander's new fling with Kristen is finally going to be found out. Because you know Sarah absolutely hates Kristen. Like, deep down, visceral hatred. Remember when Kristen kidnapped Sarah? She stashed her on that remote island, drugged her out of her mind, really screwed up her life for a very long time. So Xander sleeping with Kristen, that is so much worse than him sexing up Gwen Rischek. Gwen is bad, sure, but Kristen is the ultimate enemy for Sarah. And Xander is running around Salem right now with his arm in a sling. Why? Because of some wild bedroom accident with Kristen. Just typing that makes my head spin. So if Sarah finds out that Xander is hooking up with the woman who tortured her, it is going to be explosive. Xander is playing with fire. He is jealous of Sarah and Brady getting close. Brady has been covering for Sarah, and she is falling harder for him. So Xander acts out. But this is a new low even for him. He even pitched a weird threesome idea to Gwen, which she hated. And then he went right back to Kristen's bed. It is just raw, unfiltered chaos with Xander right now. And Sarah is going to lose her mind when the truth comes out. Then we have Gabi Hernandez. Gabi makes a huge confession. She is basically forced to tell her boyfriend, Philip Kiriakis, the truth. And it is ugly. Philip tells Gabi that he is totally done. He wants nothing more to do with her. The promo shows him telling her to pack her things and get the hell out. He is raging at Gabi outside the Bistro, just screaming. But here is the thing. There is a chance this Philip tantrum might just be Gabi having a little terrified daydream. Because Days of Our Lives loves to fake us out with promo stuff. They do it all the time. But then again, maybe it is real. Because we know Anna and Tony DiMera are in the square staring at a scene. And Anna goes to see Philip this week. She has a massive meltdown because Tony got on her bad side. You know how Anna gets. So Anna says something shocking to Philip. She probably spills the beans about Tony and Gabi working together to destroy the Titangent DiMera merger. Gabi bugged Xander's office. She did all this dirty corporate sabotage. So when Anna blabs, the guilt becomes too much for Gabi, and she confesses to Philip before he can confront her. And then Tony might swoop in to try and do damage control. But Philip is just furious. He feels totally betrayed. Gabi always shoots herself in the foot. Always. And you have to think about Gabi's history here. She was trying to prove she is the widow of Stefan DiMera. She wanted that DiMera money. She forged papers, or tried to prove papers were forged. She is always scheming. And Philip actually went to Europe to try and help her find evidence about Stefan's handwriting. Philip really cared about her. They moved in together at the Kiriakis mansion. They said, "I love you." And Gabi just threw it all away for corporate power, working with Tony DiMera of all people. Tony double-crossed her before, but she still trusted him. And now Anna is the one blowing it all up because Tony annoyed her. It is just classic soap opera plotting. Clunky but effective. So Gabi is going to be left with nothing. No Philip. No Titan. Probably no Demera shares. Just standing outside the bistro crying while Tony and Anna watch the wreckage. And Philip is going to be heartbroken because he really thought Gabi had changed. But she never changes. But let's take a breath from the corporate backstabbing because we have a huge milestone to celebrate. Days of Our Lives is honoring Kayla's 40th anniversary in Salem. 40 years. That is incredible for Mary Beth Evans. So Kayla reminisces with Steve about their decades-long romance. We are going to get lots of classic scenes, flashbacks of their epic love story, including that iconic moment when they brought baby Stephanie home. Just pure nostalgia. Steve wants to know if Kayla is ready for another adventure. And she says yes, as long as he is at her side. It is just so sweet, especially with all the dark stuff happening in Salem right now. We need this light. We need Patch and his sweetness, reminding us what true love looks like. It is a massive milestone. 40 years of getting kidnapped, fighting villains, losing memories, finding each other again. It is the core of the show. And thinking about Steve and Kayla just makes you realize how much history this show has. The 1980 super couple era, the leather jacket, the eye patch, the motorcycle, they defined a whole generation of daytime TV. And now they are the anchors of the hospital and the town. Kayla is dealing with so much right now. She is trying to help Paulina with Chanel's cancer scare. She is dealing with her daughter Stephanie being a total wreck. But through it all, Steve is right there. He even took Stephanie to the gun range to teach her how to shoot safely after she got kidnapped by Owen. Steve is always protecting his girls. So seeing them look back at their life together, bringing baby Stephanie home, it is going to be a tearjerker episode for sure. Just raw emotion. No crazy sci-fi plots. Just love. And we really need that balance right now because the rest of the canvas is so dark and messy. Speaking of family drama, Gwen is completely taken off guard. Her dad, Jack Devereaux, just pops up out of nowhere at the Salem Inn. Matthew Ashford is back. Jack and Gwen have been doing a little better lately. But of course, his wife Jennifer still absolutely cannot stand Gwen. And for good reason. Gwen did horrible things to Abigail. Plus, we are just a few weeks away from the 4th anniversary of Abby's death. Abigail Devereaux. So maybe Jack's return is related to that. Gwen is stunned. She asks Jack why he is there. He might not be thrilled that Gwen is back involved with Xander, even though Xander is floating weird threesome proposals and then going back to Kristen. Jack hates Xander, but I really wonder if Jack is looking to rebuild a relationship with Gwen, or if this is about something bigger, like Lexi Carver's return. Lexi is alive. EJ used Versivics to resurrect her, and Gwen was living in the Demera mansion for months. She knows things. She was married to Dimitri. She was around when all the weird science was happening. If Jack has any inkling that Gwen was working with EJ, or knows about the resurrection drug, he is going to want to know if Abby might be resurrected too. Could EJ bring Abigail back? Chad is already dealing with Cat Green and his kids. Chad is going on dates with Belle Black now because of the custody agreement keeping him away from Kat. But Jack wants his daughter back. It is a huge question. Will Versivics work on Abigail? Did Dr. Rolf save her? Jack, popping up at the Salem Inn right when Lexi is walking around. Salem cannot be a coincidence. He wants answers. And Gwen might be the only one who can give them to him, even if they are clunky answers. Jack is desperate, and a desperate father will do anything. And finally, Stephanie checks in on Alex. Their troubles seem to be far from over, despite their best efforts. Stephanie is so traumatized from being kidnapped by Owen. She has a gun. She is paranoid. And Alex is just completely oblivious to her pain. Plus, Joy Wesley is back in town with Alex's baby, little Kelsey. So Stephanie is trying to figure out if she even wants to be a stepmom right now. She is confessing her doubts to Alex. And Jeremy Horton is lurking around, misreading signals, and kissing Stephanie. It is a total disaster. So Stephanie checking in on Alex is probably just going to lead to more fighting. Their marriage is crumbling right before our eyes, and it feels like there is nothing they can do to stop it. Alex just wants to be a dad. He has that trauma from his own mom, Angelica, abandoning him. So now that Joy is back with Kelsey, Alex is all in on fatherhood. He is obsessed. But he is completely ignoring how broken Stephanie is. She was held hostage. She is jumping at shadows. And Jeremy Horton, who was held captive with her, is the only one who understands. But Jeremy crossed a line by kissing her. And Stephanie has a gun now. It is a recipe for a fatal mistake. So when Stephanie checks in on Alex, it is going to be tense. She is confessing that she does not know about their future, and Alex is probably just going to stare at her, holding his new baby, completely unable to bridge the gap. It is sad, but it is great drama. And you just know someone is going to get hurt before this storyline is over. So that is Friday in a nutshell. A lot of yelling. A lot of crying, a lot of nostalgia. Xander being an absolute idiot with Kristen and risking everything with Sarah. Gabi losing everything because of Anna's big mouth and her own greedy choices. Steve and Kayla making us cry with 40 years of beautiful memories. Jack looking for hope about Abigail and confronting Gwen. And Stephanie and Alex watching their marriage burn to the ground because they just cannot communicate. It is just a massive information dump of an episode, and I am here for it, even if I am too tired to process it all right now. But that is the soap life. You just keep typing and hoping it all makes sense tomorrow, because next week is going to be even crazier.